After being humiliated by poor Oscar show and President Donald Trump, Jimmy Kimmel tried to punch back. But the facts are in, and the liberal host is eating his words as he gets roasted again and again. Jimmy Kimmel, left, President Donald Trump, right, photo credit, ABC, Flickr, Nicholas KAMM, AFP, Getty Images, perhaps one of the biggest and most obnoxious critics of President Donald Trump is Jimmy Kimmel. This untalented and unfunny man somehow landed a late-night talk show. In an era when few bother to, he has managed to claw out a little bit of success in recent years by following in Colbert's shoes and turning his light entertainment show into a Trump-bashing fest. The mild bump that his political stance gave his show also bought him a slot hosting the Oscars. But this lackluster host did little to make the once-lauded event great again. The show tanked, with the lowest viewers in history. The 90th Academy Awards on Sunday drew an average 26.5 million viewers. That's a solid number, but it's the smallest viewership number for the award show ever. It's a nearly 20% drop from last year's telecast, which brought in roughly 33 million viewers. Source: CNN. There are many reasons for the bad numbers, but they're mostly due to people hating Hollywood, TH's nominated, and the arrogant, unfunny host. The ratings were so bad, even the president had to chime in. Lowest rated Oscars in history. Problem is, we don't have stars anymore except your president. Just kidding, of course. Trump posted on Twitter. Lowest rated Oscars in history. Problem is, we don't have stars anymore except your president. Just kidding, of course. Donald J. Trump, at Real Donald Trump, March 6, 2018. Shaken by the bad numbers and Trump's gloating, Kimmel had to fire back, of course. Except, it was clear he was punching way above his own weight. Early Monday morning, Trump poked fun at the Oscars with a tweet. An already defensive Kimmel fired back with this bit of fake news. Thanks. Lowest rated president in history. Actually, according to Rasmussen, one of the most accurate pollsters of the 2016 election, Trump is sitting at a healthy 48% job approval rating, and as of late has polled higher than former President Obama did at this exact same time in his failed presidency. Source: Breitbart. Ouch, that's gotta hurt. I mean, it's bad enough that Kimmel hosted the lowest-rated Oscars in history. But to try to punch back at Trump with such a pathetic jab. I guess his soft-brained fans would believe anything bad he'd say about the president. But even biased polls have him doing better than the left's glorified Barack Obama. You're going to have to do better than that, Jimmy. Instead of firing off at Trump again, he tried to make excuses for his pathetic numbers. Jimmy Kimmel blamed the low figures on, of all things, Netflix. What? This time Kimmel actually tried to explain why he hit a record low. The only problem is that his explanation is simply not true. The truth is, Kimmel said, every year since Netflix happened, the ratings are down for every big TV show, the Super Bowl, the Grammys, the Emmys, the Golden Globes. Source: Breitbart. That's laughable, since just a little basic common sense will debunk that lie. It is true that many people Netflix. It has eroded traditional television's overall viewership. But considering Netflix's service is on demand, people will gladly pause Stranger Things to a broadcast on ABC, if they really wanted to. The fact remains, few Americans want to tune in to see a bunch of entitled celebrities give each other awards while they bash the president and everyone who supported him. Did they really think most of America was interested in seeing that? Jimmy is more delusional than I thought. Then, there are real numbers that put Kimmel in his place. Like the fact that in the last few years, Oscar ratings have gone up, that is, until he showed up. Before Sunday night's Kimmel crater, the previous record low was all the way back in 2008, a few years before Netflix's Inc. service really took off. Moreover, Oscar ratings actually increased between 2013 to 2014, from 40.3 million viewers to 43.7 million viewers. So to blame Netflix for your failure is simply anti-science. Moreover, Sunday night's ratings drop was not part of a trend, it was a flat-out crash, a collapse of 20%, an implosion, where only 26.5 million viewers tuned in, compared to 33 million the year prior. What had been an incremental ratings drop, starting in 2015, turned into a debacle on Sunday. Source: Breitbart. The bottom line is, if people really wanted to the Oscars, they would have But most Americans are sick and tired of Hollywood lecturing us about why we're so wrong while they're the ones exposed for being involved in scandal after scandal. They continue to cover up the crimes with hashtags and empty words. Yet the UAL predators and criminals continue to thrive in the midst. But no, it's all Netflix's fault. Maybe Jimmy Kimmel should quit while he's behind. Follow us on Facebook, KAMM.